Good morning, guys. I'm talking about beans, and more beans. These are the 15 bean soup that's dried beans that you can buy at any grocery store in a package. As my phone is steaming up because this heat's got about 3 minutes left on it. And I'm going to really just turn it off because I think it's done. So, this is my Vita Clay pot. It's an electric pot that it's sort of like a slow cooker they have on their other sites, like regular slow cookers on their Vitaclay site that also has just like crock pots. This is a cooker that can make yogurt. I think some of the settings are stew, soup, yogurt, and it sets rice cooking, slow cooking. A wonderful pot. I haven't used it as much as I want to use it, but there's a lot of benefits to cooking in unglazed clay. It actually brings out, and I'm going to put in my description, I'll put some links or some information about clay cooking, some of the benefits, because I can't read it off. I'm not by my computer. But I think last year I sort of invested, because it is a little pricey. Not too bad, but depends on what you're looking at. Investing in my health a little bit to get more nutrients, because they say, and I'm just going to say the ones that really drew me to clay cooking, is that the clay actually, you know how cast iron, you get iron, natural iron when you cook in a cast iron pan, which I have cast iron griddles and I do have cast iron. But I have Pampered Chef has their pizza, their baked pans from Pampered Chef. Clay that cooks better or bakes better with that on there. Well, clay has, especially you have to get unglazed, takes everything that you cook in here, whatever it is, and it keeps the nutrients, brings out the nutrients, like of the beans, or if you have meat in here or vegetables, it enhances the nutritional value of those vegetables. In other words, when you're cooking with stainless steel or something out, it leaches out the nutrients when you're cooked. That's the reason they say that a lot of times raw is better, and when you cook your food, you lose a lot of your nutrients. Well, clay cooking tries to lock in and keep those nutrients from the food that you're cooking. And since it's just me, this is one of my tools that I invest my health into, and that's what it is an investment into your health. And it's easy. The food tastes a lot better. It brings out the taste, the flavor better to me. Now I season these. It comes with a little packet of Cajun seasoning. And I add a little bit of flour to thicken it up. Some seasonings too. And it's very good. And I'm going to have cornbread for my son. I can't eat cornbread. But some of the liquid he could, put on his cornbread. So he's going to have that as a side. And I'm actually tasting it. Because when you cook beans, you have to do a taste test, right? See how thick you want it, the flavor. If you need to add more salt, more pepper, more paprika, onion, stuff like that. And that's going to bring out all those seasonings too, all those nutrients that are into your seasonings. Say like you got, say for instance you put parsley in there. You don't have fresh parsley, so you put some onion or something in there. It's also going to pull all the nutrients from that seasoning. That seasoning is noted for nutritional benefits. It's also going to put those in the beans as well. So I'm really getting into beans as a protein source. It is a carbohydrate, but it is a dietary fiber. So it's going to slow down the release of insulin in your body. And I'm starting to really get into the beans more. A lot of black beans, there's a lot of benefits. And I'm going to talk about what I'm learning about beans. Whether cooking from scratch, because I did soak these overnight. And then I got up and put them in here. Now this thing, as a soup, it's automatically preset for 2 hours. But these beans, I noticed it had to go almost 4 hours. Like a stew, I think is 4 hours. So you have to adjust your time. I mean, you cook it for 2 hours. If it's not done, set it again. So it's just like experimenting with any new kitchen appliances that you have that you're not familiar with. So to me, it's worth the investment. I'm really careful with the lid. You don't want to put anything cold or hot on the lid, and it does have a tool, but I don't know what I did with it. It's probably in my drawer somewhere. A tool to help lift this thing off, because this is going to go over the top. And actually it's shut down. I'm going to take this spatula out. So I'll put the lid back on there, then you keep that on while you're cooking. And it has a spring-loaded top, and the settings will be open. Like I said, it's off right now, so it'll stay warm. I'm going to unplug it and just let it sit at room temperature. There is like a keep warm setting here you could put on here, and usually it'll stay warm, automatically go to that, but I've adjusted the time because like I said, it's taken to get the beans, because I don't like crunch, to get them soft enough where I like them, because there are different sizes on the beans. It took me a little bit longer than 2 hours. I'd say about 3.5 hours to cook my beans in here, which is basically, sometimes it could go faster, but it's usually about the same time you would if you put them in a crock pot. But like I said, if I'm going to eat food and I'm spending my money on food, which the cost of food is expensive, and to help my body utilize those nutrients in the food. I'm not a cow. I don't have the power in my jaw to break down like they say juicing. But I want to get as much value out of the food that I put in here for my health, for my body, to feel better, to know that I'm doing the best I can. That's the reason I invested in clay pots. I'm a preventative person, or try to be. So I have certain tools that, like you have with medicines or anything else, or gardening tools, rakes, hoes, things that you use to do your job. And so I have to invest in myself. And I always tell people, sometimes you have to invest in yourself because nobody else will invest for you. It's like, take care of yourself first, because when you get older, I'm not saying that I'm not going to have anything, but the best quality. It's not quantity, it's quality. Quality of your food, quality of your life, and that's why I do it. Also, I have it on my Amazon store link on my website where you could actually buy this, or I'm going to have the link in the description, a link in the comments for this particular one, because I actually got it from the website. I don't think you could get this Vita Clay pot from Amazon, so I'll have the store link where you could get it and purchase it. And look at they have other pots. They have regular crock pots and other things. Like I said, there's other appliances they have there. This is the multi-cooker. And then I've also, I want to turn my lid because I'm notorious for opening and not closing my cabinet doors. But this is something else when I bought that's electric. Now this is stovetop. This is unglazed, but it's like you season your cast iron. You do have to season it with oil and bake it, because clay, you have to be careful with the lids. They, like Pampered Chef, they're not like lifetime warranty like you do with Pampered Chef when you buy stuff. This I got on Amazon. I'll have that link. They'll be on my link store, on my Amazon store, and I'll put that link. You'll see this pot there with some other things I've added. So I add to my Amazon store quite a bit, so keep checking back with that Amazon store, because there's a lot of things as I'm going through all my things that I really like. I'm adding to it almost daily, so keep coming back to my Amazon store. See if there's something that you like. And like I said, these investments, even this clay pot is not real cheap. But I glazed it, and you cook this on a stove. On the glass top stove, there is a little thing. You can probably cook it directly on glass top, but I have like a little metal, I was trying to see if I have it down there, a different thing that sits up here, and my clay pot sits on top of that on the glass top. And I'll see if I could find that and link that to you, and give you that link as well if I could find it. But it's a stand for here. Now, if you have a coil stove or something like that, it probably doesn't matter. Like I said, the stuff on the bottom will get hotter. So you don't rinse any clay in cold water when it's warm, and when you're cooking with it, you put your food in the pot before you turn the pot on, before you turn the stove on. In other words, don't put this pot on the stove, heated stove. Put your pot on there and then put your food in there. Put your pot on the stove. Put your food in your stove, in your pot that you're cooking. slowly turn your stove up and let it come up to temperature so it heats your pot gradually. And then you wait till it's completely cool to the touch, no heat, and then you could put it in water and rinse it out. Or I don't use a lot of soap. I just soak it a little bit, make sure I dry it really well, and put it away. Because clay is porous. Like I said, it does have like an oil coating on it. There's some directions, I think, when you get these kind of clay pots, like the Indians used to do over a campfire. You have to take care of it. Don't lay your lids that are hot on a stove or a counter that's cool, because if they're hot, they could crack and break. And I'm very careful with my lid when I'm storing it. I just pulled it out from under my cabinet. I'll turn this lid upside down, so when I pick my pot up, which is a little heavy, that lid's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to fall off or anything. It's upside down, and then I just lift it up. But I store it like that underneath my cabinet. So I keep it as low as possible because I don't really have the cabinet space for everything. But I just wanted to show you those two appliances. This is just a regular clay pot, unglazed. I don't like to cook in glazed, even a Dutch oven. I have a cast iron Dutch oven, and glazed is okay, but when I'm cooking in metal, like cast iron, I like all the nutrients from that metal to come out and enhance the food, with nutrients and iron. So those are the two things I'm showing you today. So there'll be some links and some information, and it's going to be probably on my blog. I'll share this video on my blog, but also this is going to be on the website. Also going to be on my YouTube. Underneath the comments here, it's going to be pinned for the Vita Clay. And then I have a link for my Amazon storefront, because it's just a storefront that I made up because I'm not eligible for a storefront. I don't have the followers yet, so I just add things to that page that I use that I think is valuable. So leave a comment if you have a question. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment and thumbs up. And I love hearing from you. Let me know if you've actually used clay or you cook with clay and what your experience with clay is. Like I said, if you really get good quality clay, it'll last you for a long time. Maybe something you could pass down to family members. I think I put an added warranty on this one just so that I could keep it longer. You invest in it. Sometimes the warranties are better. Depends on what you're putting a warranty on, whether you want to keep it without having to put that money back out. But so far it's held out pretty good, and the company is very good to get a hold of. Good customer support for when I had a problem with the lid at one time. They reached out to me and fixed it. So the company is good customer service. So if you invest in it or you have one, let me know what you like to cook in yours, or just if you cook in clay, let me know what you cook in your clay, because I'm always looking for recipes about what you cook in clay. They got smaller pots like saucepans, I think, on Amazon. Like I said, I got this one on Amazon. You could probably go to a marketplace and find people that just don't know the value of clay pots and are get rid of them, or don't like cooking on them, because it does take a little bit more care, a little bit more consideration maybe. So with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go for now, and let me know how you like this video and if you think it's informative. And until the next time, and I'll talk to you guys later.